So guys, welcome back to today's video, and today I'm exploring the beautiful fairy tale which is Sintra, and it's located just 40 minutes by train away from Lisbon, and it's absolutely stunning here. I've just been walking through all the mountains on the way here, just kind of having a look around the residential area, and now I've just made it into the town, and I'm about to go and explore some of what Sintra has to offer and show you everything you can see in a day. Now, I've only been off the train for about half an hour and I've hardly made it anywhere, because everywhere you turn your head it's basically something to see. It is so beautiful here, and I'm only about a 5-minute walk away from the train station. There's just all these houses and beautiful pastel coloured buildings on the mountains, plus you've got like a view, I think, of the castle, and then you're just surrounded by all these lush green trees and like forest. It feels so magical here, and this is just the beginning, so I'm very excited to be seeing everything. So the first proper stop of the day, and there's already quite a few tourists here, is the National Palace of Sintra, which is just behind me, the magnificent white building there that we have. It's in the town centre, so it's easy to reach from the station. You just have to walk up a little windy road, or if you're driving, then of course you drive up it. But it's actually one of the most historically significant and best preserved medieval royal residences in Portugal. So there's a fun fact for you there. It dates back between the 14th and 16th centuries, and the style of it is like a blend of Gothic and Moorish. Now, you do have to pay to go inside. I believe the entry fee is around 10 euros, so it's not too bad. But of course, as most places, I can't really show you inside. This will be something that you'll have to go in and experience for yourself. But it's a beautiful building nonetheless, and the town centre surrounding it is also really stunning. We've got lots of little bars, a nice little clock tower. We've got restaurants, cafes selling pastries, and of course gift shops and all sorts of things. It's such a beautiful area. So guys, just behind me here we've got a traditional kind of liquor. It's like similar to cherry, but it's called ginger, and it's you can get it in like this little pot of chocolate, so you can drink it and then straight after eat the chocolate. So I'm gonna give it a try. Oh, yeah, it's a little bit sweet, a little bit strong at the same time, but it tastes good. And then afterwards you can actually eat the cup. So next up is Quinta da Regalera, which is a huge palace. Now, that palace I was mentioning, Quinta da Regalera, you can enter the grounds there, and it costs 15 euros for an adult ticket. You do get given an allocated time slot to enter, because it does get super busy in there. So my time slot is my time slot is from 11 o'clock onwards, so I can stay in there from 11 onwards. So I've got half an hour to kill now. So while I'm waiting, I've just found this place. It's only a few minutes up the road actually. It's called Palacio, I'm probably not going to say the name correctly, Jardins do Palacio de Setais. Maybe. Could be that. I'll leave the name on screen. And it's actually free to enter. You can walk around the grounds here. Big lush green field at the front. There's a nice viewpoint as well. And then of course you've got the palace. And it really is very majestic and aesthetically pleasing. And it's also known for its famous arch, which sits in the middle, Arco de Setais. And yeah, from the viewpoint here, you can actually see Pena Palace and also the Atlantic Ocean on a clear day. Okay guys, the grounds is blowing my mind, and I've just queued up for a long time. It's worth a queue though, but to go to the initiation well. Now, this well goes really deep down, and you go around like a spiral staircase, and as you go further down it actually gets a lot cooler and colder, of course, because it goes into almost like a cave. The actual well itself wasn't actually meant to be used for water at all. It was actually to serve purposes more spiritual, to do with enlightenment. And there's a metaphor behind it, so it suggests that it's like a labyrinthine journey where the seeker is metaphorically dying and then resurrecting as a more enlightened being. And the tunnels have got like a network. One of them leads to a well that was unfinished, another one of the tunnels leads to a waterfall, and then the other one leads to the exit. But it's best to try and get there as early as possible if you want to avoid queuing up, because you can be in the queue for about 25 minutes to 30 minutes. Seriously guys, I've just come out of the grounds now. There is just so much to see in that one area. So you get to see a lot for the value of the ticket, which is great. And you can actually go inside the palace itself as well and see some of the rooms, some of the old furniture, which is really cool to see. Of course, there's multiple towers that you can climb up, little garden features, waterfalls, there's all kinds of things. You can literally spend a whole day in there. In fact, I already have spent about 3 hours in there. So that just proves how big of a place it is. So if you like seafood, I've just been into a place called Tascantiga, which is a very popular Portuguese tapas and food place, and they do really nice things in there. I don't eat too much meats or anything, so I didn't get any of that, but I got myself a nice vegan soup, some fries, and also I tried the green wine, which was delicious. I've never tried the green wine before. And the green wine is actually native to Portugal, for those of you that don't know. And now I'm on my way to the last stop of the day, which is the Palace of Pena. I am doing a hiking walk there, so it takes around 40 minutes of walking to get there. But like I said before, you can of course take a taxi, or if you have your own car, then you can drive there. But yeah, it's one place I really wanted to see while I was in Sintra, so I'm going to make a nice scenic walk to get there. So I'll show you what I see on the way. I made it to Pena Palace. Finally made it here. It was quite a long walk and quite steep. There was a lot of sort of like a bit of a steep incline to get there, and you have two directions you can go. You can either go towards the castle, the Moorish castle, or the palace. So I've decided to go to the palace today because I don't think I'll have time for both, and the prices are more on the sort of expensive side, I'd say, in comparison to other things I've been to. So I paid to come into this palace. It was 20 euros. It's only 10 euros if you want to just walk around the grounds, but it's 20 if you want to go inside the palace as well. So I thought, seeing as I've made all this long walk to get here, I might as well check out the inside of the palace too. So I'm excited to show you guys around that as well. But as soon as you come into the palace grounds, you've got a beautiful garden, all these lovely lush flowers and greenery growing everywhere. It's very vibrant and tropical. And you do get an allocated time slot to go into the palace. So to go inside the palace, my next time slot is at 4 o'clock, so I've got to wait another 45 minutes or so before I can go inside. But in the meantime, I can walk around the grounds and show you guys around. I've just come out of the palace in the inside, and one thing I will say is just bear in mind that when you're walking through, it is like following a line. You have to kind of follow a line going through the whole of the palace, but it is worth it. There's so many rooms and things to explore, and there's some really nice views looking out of the into the kind of terrace that's in the middle of the palace grounds, and you can also see a bit of the clock tower there. But all the rooms are really beautiful, and they've got these massive chandeliers. They're really huge chandeliers that are stunning, and just the details alone on all the furniture and all the different units that are in there, it really is fascinating to see. So I would recommend checking it out if you have the time. Now I've just gone for a little walk into the gardens, and I'm having a little look around in the gardens because there's a few more things you can see. And then after this, I'm going to be heading back to Sintra station. One thing I will say about the palace though is that you'll find that it's completely red, yellow and blue in colour. And the reason for that is because they designed it in a way so it stands out a lot among the sort of green forest backdrop. You can also see the Moorish castle from here as well, which I don't have time to go into today, but apparently the views in there are really nice, so I do recommend that you go and check that out if you have the time. Alright guys, well that does now bring me to the end of the Sintra vlog. I really hope that you've enjoyed coming along this journey with me. I've really enjoyed showing you around this beautiful town just to the west of Lisbon. It's so worth checking out. In fact, it's probably the best place I've been to in Portugal so far. So if you do find yourself coming to Portugal, coming to Lisbon, Sintra should definitely be on your list. But as always, thanks for watching and I'll see you all in the next one.